Well, boys, it's time. It's finale time. Welcome everyone back to Streamline Productions for Dogs Racing League. Mitch Hobbs here in the booth today. You're going to hear me alongside the one, the only, Benjamin White. I believe he's going to be coming in a bit later. He's currently dealing with qualifying procedures, but it is finale day. Wow, big day for a lot of drivers. Mostly, though, our front two in points. We'll pull up point standings during qualifying right now. It is a two-man show. Cole Williams and Christopher Weil here at the Cheese Grater Olympics at Hotlanta. Cole Williams currently has a 4-point lead on Christopher Weil, and with only about 10 cars showing up for the race today, going to be a small but competitive field. Chris really going to need to go for that win, go for those bonus points, as you're going to see him in the background going for his qualifying run. Third in points, Corey Long is here today. He is going to be one of the drivers fighting for that third position in points. Alongside him, Mark Frimpong and Luke LaFaro, all three of which I believe are in attendance. Yes, they are. Back half of the chase, Bridger Olson, Mike Rosero, Casey Drake, Aaron Brown, and Darius Rezadadgar are all unfortunately not able to make it today for the last race. So those positions are going to be pretty much set in stone. And then 11th through 20th, you're going to have the rest of the drivers that are not in the chase fighting for that 11th position. William Schmidt going to be leading the charge. I believe AJ Bain and Dylan Basin, two of the drivers that are here today that are fighting for those last spots. We're going to pull up your top 20, or really top 12, as you can see on the left side of your screen. Cole Williams currently on pole. Dylan Alt, haven't seen him all season, but he was a winner last season in second. Christopher Weil, top of the board. That's what he needs to see. That 41 going to be going to the top of the board. Cole Williams in second. Dylan Alt third. Connor Brandon in fourth. And Luke LaFaro rounding out the top five. Basin, Bain, Luke Peters, Max Urich, Corey Long, and Mark Frimpong will round out your grid. We're going to see if Christopher Weil can improve on that time. No, he cannot. He's going to go marginally slower that second lap. Dylan Alt on pit road. I do not believe he's going to go out for another run, so that is going to conclude qualifying. And we are going to have our starting grid. We get the top 10 and the ticker up for you, but, well, Christopher Weil needed those bonus points bad, and he is going to get them. On pole for today is going to be that number 41, Christopher Weil. Alongside him, well, first in the championship at the moment, going to be trying to close the deal today, Cole Williams, in that number 42 Ford Mustang. Second row, Dylan Alt, Connor Brandon. Two very experienced iRacers. Dylan Alt, especially experienced with low-line racing, and how about a Proximity's own Connor Brandon in that number 92 will be on the outside of the second row. Luke LaFaro, Dylan Basin, going to be in 5th and 6th. AJ Bain, Max Urich, two good friends, going to be on that row number 4. And then Luke Peters, Mark Frimpong, going to be rounding out row number 5 with Corey Long in the 11th spot. Going to be the last driver on the grid today. I believe this is going to be actually our smallest field of the year. You know, not always something you like in your last race, but it's just the way it goes for today. We're going to be moving out of this time slot for next season, hopefully to get larger attendance. But, yeah. As cars are going to be gridding, you know, just looking over my checkbook right now. Definitely things to watch for today. Like a lot of the other tracks that we've seen in the chase, Chicagoland being one of them, tire saving is going to be crucial. That 42 of Cole Williams and the 41 of Christopher Weil, the two best at tire saving as well. Between the two of them, in 14 races, only 3 times have they finished outside the top 10, and I believe 2 of those happened at plate tracks.
Do want to confirm that all laps were cleared. There were no cheeses, so all of these laps are legitimately set here, so there will be no EOLs given.
And there he is. Benjamin White jumping in the booth for a moment, just giving us a quick update. I'm sure we'll hear more from him today, but Mr. Dog himself is the league owner for DRL. We'll see him up here in the booth and hopefully around more next season. Unsure if it's going to be on Streamline Productions, but you'll see DRL somewhere in the iRacing community on one of the great broadcasts that we have. So as we go into pacing, Dylan Alt going to cut off Connor Brandon, and we're going to be going green here at Atlanta. Go over our track facts here for today. Race analysis is going to be 80 laps, 120 miles. Pit window is going to be around every 50 laps. We expect it to be a little less, more around the 45 mark. Pit road speed, 45. So you got to make sure, hit your marks on pit road. It's going to be all about being mistake-free today. Last season, the DRL finale at Atlanta, we saw a wreckfest. This season, what is it going to be? Pace car is going to make its way off turn number 4. Give the field to Christopher Weil. Green flag is out. We're racing here at Atlanta. An absolute horrendous start by that outside line, and Christopher Weil on that number 41 is going to be taking the lead, or maintaining the lead over the 42 of Dylan Alt. As third place is going to shuffle around, I see that number 54, Luke LaFaro has it right now. Connor Brandon is looking to get it, though. So we're going to take a wider view. You see all those drivers taking different entries into turn 1, trying to get a good exit off the corner. That 54 going to slide up just a little bit. Connor Brandon taking a peek to the inside, unable to do anything with it. Here he comes, diving it down into turn 3. That 54 making decent use of that outside line, something you can really only do on fresh or extremely old tires. So I'd expect that lane to go away quite quickly. But the number 92 is going to get that third position. How about we jump back to that start? I believe we had an incident with the 8 of AJ Bain, as yes, there he is, way in the back. We're going to jump back all the way to that start. We'll go up ahead a little bit. So we saw a major checkup at the line. They're going to be 4 wide for a moment, and oh, I think AJ may have just missed a shift. Oh, he's going to keep it out of the grass. Not sure what happened there, but the number 8 going to be way back in the pack early on. That'll be an interesting note. Jumping back mid-pack, there is Cole Williams battling with the 5 of Dylan Basin. Luke Peters in the 12 as well, and the 6 of Max Yurt. This is going to be 5th on back. I believe Cole Williams in at number 42 doing his classic tire saving strategy, in which he'll lay back early in the run and get a lot better tire wear for the first few laps. But I do want to jump up towards the front. Dylan Alt in that number 42, Lowline Racing. Toyota is getting closer and closer to the 41 of Christopher Weil. We'll say Connor Brandon also making strides towards this pack 2/10 quicker than the second place driver that last time. Sorry, only about a 10th quicker that time than Christopher Weil, but he's coming just a little bit closer. Is now back in the pack. Dylan Basin making a move on Cole Williams. Basin in the Flying Arrows number 5 as contact behind with that number 42 of Cole Williams and Luke Peters in the number 12. I believe Cole really backing up 1 and 2. The 12 did not expect it. So there's going to be just minimal contact there. We'll go back through the field. There's the 53 of Mark Frimpong. I believe saving his tires as well as Corey Long right behind him. Back to the front. The gap between Alt and Christopher Weil actually grew just a little bit that lap. Connor Brandon quicker than both of them. Fastest car on track is that number 92. As you see him getting really, really close to that outside wall off turn number 2. But Luke LaFaro staying in tow in that 4th position for now. We're going to jump back to that number 42, still running a slower pace than the leaders, but this is something we see out of him quite often. It's that number 6 of Max Urich. very tight in the center of the corner with Luke Peters. He is going to be able to keep it off of him. So that 6 going to stay clean for now. But yeah, that is a common strategy we see out of this number 42. He lays back quite early in the run, but you know, you don't want to lay too far back. A 2-second gap is manageable, but if you get in that 3-4 second gap, I don't think you're going to be able to make that up over a long green flag run if you don't have any cautions or pit strategy on your side. Fastest car on track right in front of him, though. That's going to be the number 5 of Dylan Basin, as he's going to wash up and into the wall goes the 5 of Basin. Down on the white line to save it. And he's now going to give up a spot to Cole Williams and Luke Peters and possibly Max Urich as well. As that 5, you know, we said he was the fastest car on track, but he's taken quite a few risks at the moment. I believe just checking in on our co-commentator, Benjamin White, having a few issues with Discord right now, so we should be able to get him back in the booth shortly, but, you know, it may take a little bit longer than we expected, so we'll hear in from Benjamin White later in the race, but unfortunately not now. It's not going to be able to. Back towards the front. 1-2 punch of Christopher Weil and Dylan Alt are maintaining their first and second battle. That gap has been quite consistent the whole entire run, as Connor Brandon about 7/10 back as well. He's starting to pull away just a little bit from Luke LaFaro, as we're starting to see that 42 of Cole Williams come alive. Fastest car on track that last time around. 11 laps complete of 80 here at Atlanta. As still that 41 going to be your leader. You see running a little bit of a higher, later apex than that number 42. I don't know if that was intentional, as wow, that 42 really close to the outside wall. Same with Max Urich in the 6 back in the pack. But I think that 42 may have gained just a little bit that corner, as Connor Brandon also, I believe, gained just a little bit that time as well. But the 41 seems to be pushing up a lot more on exit, and here comes the 42. He's going to take a peek to the inside. Not gonna get there yet. That 42 is gonna back off. He did not have a great angle into the corner, and that's gonna allow the 41 to really, really roll that middle line, just like he likes to do. Max Urich in the wall further back. Here comes Dylan Alt once again, gonna take a peek into turn 3. Not gonna get to that corner panel, the number 41. So Christopher Weil gonna maintain the lead for now. But as the 42 continues to peak, this is going to close the gap to that number 92 of Connor Brandon. So this may be a 3-car battle for the lead. I see one car on the wall back there. That is the 12 of Luke Peters. Jumping back, make sure he saved it. He did. As you're going to see that right front going to be crinkled on his car. That's going to be significant damage he's going to have to deal with for the remainder of the race. But how about this? Cole Williams by Luke LaFaro for the 4th position. And at the front, side by side for the lead. And this time it looks like Dylan Alt may just get it. Alt in the 42 on the bottom, Christopher Weil in the 41 on the top. That 42 going to dive it into turn number 3 and force the 41 to settle in line behind him. He's going to try to get a run off turn number 4. Can he peek to the bottom? The 42 is going to cover him off. And that's going to put Dylan Alt in the number 42 Lowline Racing Toyota to the front. Christopher Weil looks like a little bit of a better exit there off turn number 2. He's going to now take a peek into turn number 3. No, he's not. He's going to stay in line. Connor Brandon, though, fastly approaching. About 2/10 quicker than Christopher Weil that last time by. So we may see this 92 up into the fray sooner than we originally thought. Dylan Alt, an elite driver on iRacing, over 7,000 iRacing in the Oval Series. Currently in the lead as Christopher Weil, who's a respectable 5,000 himself, is going to be back in that second position. Connor Brandon a little bit lower back in the third position, but still very respectable name seen around the community as I believe he just got a new rig, so he's trying that out today. Not having connection issues, which he normally does on his old one. So good for Connor. I love to see him in the series as often as possible as I nearly choke over my own words. Not sure how that's possible, but I managed to do it somehow. How about we do a quick run through the field? Oh, Connor Brandon, really high entry. I don't think he meant to do that. Go back and get a replay. See if he accidentally clipped the wall. How about we look from this right side cam? We'll see if he gets too close. Yeah, you saw it there. He's driving it hard on that top lane and just barely. He's going to clip the outside wall. Shouldn't be much damage for him, but he's going to lose quite a bit of time to that number 42 of Cole Williams. I believe as they run at this point with Christopher Weil having a few bonus points for leading a lap, as well as winning the pole. We're going to check in on Dog we're going to check in with Benjamin White on what those bonus points are going to be. But I believe they are going to be 3 points, 2 for pole, 1 for leading a lap. So that would put Christopher Weil in the provisional championship position. He finishes a single spot in front of Cole Williams. We'll be right on board with that number 42 for a lap or two, and we'll get a little crank it up for everyone watching. Well, that was surely an eventful lap. We're going to look back with the number 6 of Max Urich, as I believe I saw a car smoking on pit lane, and I'm hearing from reports that is going to be the number 6 of Urich, as we're going to try and find where he is. There was the number 6. Already going to have right side damage. We're going to speed it up a little bit for you guys so we can find exactly the point of contact. I believe it's going to be somewhere in 3 and 4. You see that 6 already with right side damage. And he's just going to pull it down pit road and I believe park it for the day. As he's going to run in hot, kill the cone, gas it up down the pits. And into his... Oh, that's what the smoke was. A little burnout on pit lane for the number 6. That is going to be it. Another thing we saw, Connor Brandon loses a spot to Cole Williams, as I believe that is going to put Williams in position. Oh, Connor smacks the wall off turn number 2 once again, as he's really, really struggling with the race car down the backstretch, and he's going to lose quite a bit of time. Oh, that 92 is going to bring it down to pit road really, really early on. I think that might be it for the 92 here today, unless he's going to try a 2-stop strategy, which I do not believe is going to be the fastest, but we're going to see if he's going to make it work. See that 92 heavily damaged on the right side, going to be pitting from the 4th position, as now Dylan Basing going to inherit that position. As, yep, there goes the 92. He's going to put tires on the thing, I'm assuming, repair some damage, but how about this battle for 4th? Luke Lafaro passed by Dylan Basin, and now the 53 of Mark Frimpong is charging hard. Frimpong laid way back on the start, I believe, to save tires, and he is now going to be moving up from the 10th position all the way up to 5th. That's going to be Dylan Basin. He's currently in 4th. That's the highest position he's been up today. Started in 6th. Was down to 7th momentarily during the start, but now we're going to jump back to Frimpong, currently in the 5th position. His lowest today is where he started in 10th. And he has worked his way all the way up to 5th, and I believe soon we'll be getting the number 5 of Dylan Basin for the 4th position. There we go. Yeah, there goes that 55, making a dive to the inside as at the front. How about another change for the lead? Dylan Alt going to get passed once again by Christopher Weil. So when we jump back, we'll see what happened. I believe that 42 gassed it up a little bit too early off turn 4. It's going to be the next time around, so how about we run on the gearbox that number 40 and see what happened. Yeah, that number 42, Dylan Alt, going to lead the 41 by down the backstretch into 3, I believe. Christopher got a really, really good run, but what all this is going to mean is the fastest car on track, the number 42 of Cole Williams, is going to enter the fray for the lead. We've seen this time and time again this season. That number 42, superior when it comes to tire saving. As I believe the 5 of Dylan Basin is down pit road for service. I see one car in behind him. That's going to be the 50 of, or sorry, the 12 of Luke Peters. The 5 is going to be in and out of pit road, I believe, going for a 2-stop strategy. Not the strategy I was expecting, in all honesty. I thought we were going to go a 1-stop to the end. Fuel should be able to make it there quite easily, so 30 laps into the event, I'd imagine they're going to try to go 30 to 60, or about 65, or run it really as long as they can until they're more or less out or on fumes. But if the pit window is as we expected, about 50 laps, if they come in now and hard tires save, they should be good to the end, but at what cost will that give them? We'll say, do want to note that the number 92 of Connor Brandon, I believe, has disconnected from the session, so he will be the second car out of the race. First one being Max York, but he will still get a top 10 here today, as he's now 7 laps down. Luke Peters still on pit road making repairs, so he will also be multiple laps down. Currently 3 down. Dylan Basin, who we saw make that pit stop, is 1 lap down. Believe that number 5, though, is going to have clear track for a little bit. I believe he's going to catch Luke LaFaro. Yes, that is the car in front of him. But he is running about a second and a half quicker than most of the pack. Fastest car is that 41 of Christopher Weil. And how about the 40 of Dylan Alt? Under pressure from Cole Williams, as Cole is going to make a dive to the inside of in turn number 1. Here comes that number 42 on the bottom of the 40, going to get the run off the corner. And Cole unable to make the pass work. But again, wide entry into that corner for the number 42, and the 42 on the inside of Cole Williams. Going to get side by side with the 42 of Dylan Alt, as the 42s are going to battle each other. One for Lowline, one for Eel Media Racing. All the while, that number 41 of Christopher Weil is going to be able to run the groove of his choice and pull away from these two drivers, as the 41 continues to run that late apex straighter off the corner, but will it wear his tires a little bit more? I will say, interesting to note, faster than all 3 of them is that number 53 of Mark Frimpong, but he is currently 4 seconds back. About 3.5 from this battle for second, and only closing by about a 10th to a 10th and a half a lap. So not going to be enough to catch them quickly, but good to know that he is one of the best tire savers on track. Oh, Dylan almost in the outside wall, as that was really, really close off turn number 2. Saw Dylan Basin get past Mark Frimpong in the background. And now that 42, again, going to look to the inside of the 42 as the 42 blocks the 42. The 42 going to make a pass, maybe not. 42 blocks, 42. The 42 going to look low into turn number 1, but the 42 is going to look even lower. The 42 up by the wall. Dylan Alt trying the wall. Have not seen that work yet so far, and the 42 is going to let the 42 go. I will say, just want to note real quick that the bonus points available, there are up to, I believe, 12 bonus points available here today. 1 for the pole, 1 for a lap led, 3 for the most, 5 for a win, 2 for no incidents, and 1 for the fastest lap, which is currently held by Christopher Weil with a 30.808. So 42 of Dylan Alt. Now under pressure from Dylan Basin. That is a lapped car. He's going to go around the outside and rim ride it. How about that from Dylan Basin? Making the outside work, of course, on 30 lap fresher tires. But he is going to be going to get his lap back. Try to put himself in position for a good result if a caution were to come out. But the 42 of Cole Williams. Whoa, he gets loose. Alt almost in the wall once again. As that 5 really running the outside. I appreciate him not going low and trying to wreck the lead lap cars, as we do not want that happening. Oh, Cole almost in the outside wall off 4, but oh, so consistent he is. Cole Williams just has really known this race where to put his car, how hard he could push it, and how much he needs to save. As you see, gain a lot on the 41 on entry, but lose a lot of it down the back stretches. Oh, there goes the 42 of Dylan Alt into the wall just a little bit. I will say, though, consistently, that number 53, a Mark Frimpong, we spoke about him earlier, currently up 6 positions from that 10th spot to 4th, but he is the fastest car on track. Just tracking the most laps led, as that is a bonus point. 27 for Christopher Weil, 12 for Dylan Alt, and 0 for the 42 of Cole Williams. So that is possibly 5 bonus points that the number 42 is missing out on. So I would say if they finish how they do right now, champion would go to Christopher Weil, as I believe pit stops. Wow, Mark brings it in hot. But let's jump over to our pit road graphic. It's going to be the 40 of Dylan Alt and the 53 of Mark Frimpong. First 2 drivers on pit road. As AJ Bain going to pit further back in the pack. We're going to keep that up for a lap so we can update you guys on their pit stop times. Are the leaders going to come in this time? No, they are not. Christopher Weil and Cole Williams both staying out. I will note it looks like the 50 of Luke Peters, the 12 of Luke Peters has retired his car from the race. But Mark Frimpong, we're going to see where he comes off pit road in comparison to the 40 of Alt. You see a really, really wide angle there, as definitely a little bit of ground made up for that number 53, but it's not going to be enough so far. As they came in exactly on halfway. Here comes your leader. Christopher Weil going to come down pit road. Cole Williams going to get a bonus point for leading a lap. Interesting to note, now the lap lead is going to go to both of our chase contenders for the championship. So they're going to be the last 2 on a pit road, I believe. 41 stayed out as long as possible to try not to give that lap to the 42. But eventually he was forced to come in. There's Corey Long going off pit road with a 15.4 slow stop for him. As we're going to jump back over to Cole Williams. Oh, Williams is around! The 42 of Cole Williams is going to spin it on the pit road. Troubles entering pit road for the championship contender. And that is more than likely going to lose him multiple positions on the racetrack. Let's jump back into 3 and 4, see what happened. He was coasting into 3 and 4. Oh, and he just gassed it up too early, went a little bit too high, slides, but no caution brought out. So great job by that number 42 to not bring out a caution. He's now going to be up and away off pit road. There goes the 41 past the number 42. It is going to be a significant gap for the number 41. But speaking of significant, Dylan Alt is gone. He is a back straightaway ahead of the battle for second between Christopher Weil and Mark Frimpong, which is going to go to that 41 of Christopher Weil. But I believe that 41 trying to bar a bonus point from the number 42 of Cole Williams is going to lose him about 4 seconds on track from that 40 having fresher tires. Will those fresher tires have an effect later in the race? That is soon to be determined. But Christopher Weil on 3-lap fresher tires. Will they be enough? I do not know. Dylan Basin back down pit road with significant damage. 3 laps down. Currently going to fall even more. Not sure where that happened. We're going to try to jump back, see if we can find where he was into the outside wall. Here he is coming down pit road. We're going to jump back a little bit further. Oh, there it is. Spinner on the front stretch. What happened here? Basin going to wash up off 4, smack the wall, and is going to go flying through the infield. A bit of air for that Flying Arrows machine. And wow, hard in the inside wall. Just behind Dylan Alt. Thank God that he did not hinder any chasers as he was sliding through the grass. Out front, though, continued is the number 42 of Dylan Alt. You're going to see him coming into turns 3 and 4 now. P2, the 41 of Christopher Weil, and third, the 53 of Mark Frimpong. Fourth going to be the 42 of Cole Williams. With that pit road slide, only lost about 2 seconds to Christopher Weil. So great recovery by that 42. Could have been a lot worse. So glad that the 42 was only able to lose 2 seconds, but I'm sure Christopher Weil got quite excited when the excursion down pit road occurred. But I do believe he's going to be faster than a number 53 for now. So I would not be surprised if we see him jump the 53, and then the championship contenders are going to go into back-to-back positions. Of course, monitoring the laps-led battle, 29 for Christopher Weil, 17 for Dylan Alt, and only 2 as whoa! Looks like Dylan Alt trying to have a little bit of fun and drift through 3 and 4. As a long race for that number 42. Of course, he's not here for points. He's just here to have a little fun. So I believe the fun for him is going to be trying to drift it around. Hopefully he does not bring out a caution, but that 42 is quite a talented driver. So I'd assume no caution will be thrown and he'll be able to save the race car. But again, this could be very, very crucial to the championship battle if Christopher Weil is able to catch back up to the 42. And get the most laps led. That, again, may lock the championship for the 41, unless the 42 is able to beat him. And this is fun to watch, the 42 drift. Wow, what a drift that corner. I'd say better than those last few times. Almost continuous smoke through the whole entire corner. I'd give that one about a 7.5 out of 10. I do think it could be a little bit better. As, ooh, that is a really, really good angle in the 3 and 4. Can he drift the whole corner? No, he cannot. As he's going to come down pit road, I believe, and drift his way down. And I think that may be the last we see of Dylan Alt for this season. That is going to give the lead back to the 41 of Christopher Weil. And now Chris only needs to lead 10 laps to lock up the most laps-led battle. Actually, at this point, yes, he would need to lead about 10 more laps, and he would have it locked up, but Cole Williams would need to, actually, I believe, get in the lead this time by to make up the 20 laps. Or, sorry, 28 laps he needs to lead, so believe if Alt is going to be out of the race, which he is, he has disconnected from this session. Dylan Basin as well. We're going to be left with 6 race cars on the track. And I think with Alt out of the session, this is going to be more or less a lock for that 41 of Christopher Weil. A lock for the most laps led, that is, as of course we will have a race for the victory between Williams and Weil, as Williams a little bit quicker each and every lap, about a tenth of a second than that number 41. But is the 41 saving? Is the 41 pushing? We do not know. How about we jump on board back with that number 42, go back to his driver cam, and follow him around for a lap or two around the Cheese Grater International Speedway of Atlanta. There goes the 42 past the number 6 of Max Zurich. 17 laps down. I believe just trying to run a few more laps before the season is over. Less than 20 laps until we crown a champion. But who will that champion be? 42 of Cole Williams continuing to close the gap to the 41 of Christopher Weil, as I believe Weil held up just a little bit behind Max Zurich. Ran a significantly slower lap time, but again, that last time by, another slower lap time from that number 41 of Christopher Weil. I don't know if he pushed too hard early trying to catch up to Alt, but it is going to be really, really close at the end of this one. To recap, it is a 4-point gap between the two, the 42 on top. Coming into this race, Christopher Weil secured a lap lead, the most laps led, and the pole, which is currently 5 bonus points. Both of them have no incidents. That would be 2 extra bonus points for both camps, as well as Cole Williams having a lap lead, which will mitigate that for the number 41. Fastest lap at the moment is going to go to Christopher Weil. Yes. He has a 30.808, which is better than Connor Brandon's 30.863. So that will be a lap. That'll be another bonus point for him. So that would put him at a whopping 6 more bonus points than that number 42. It is going to come down to who wins this race. If that number 41 can stay in front, it is going to go to him. But if that number 42 gets back by, Cole Williams will be your champion. 20 laps to go to crown a champion. Fuel should not be a tissue. Fuel should not be an issue. It's all going to be about bonus points. Sorry, not bonus points. It's going to be about tires. Who is going to save the tires their best? Who is going to have enough with the final 5 laps to make a push for the championship? We'd want it no different. First and second in the points, first and second on track. Third position will be Mark Frimpong. He should be able to lock up third in the points over Corey Long. We'll go through the field real quick. 54 of Luke Lafaro is going to be in the 4th position, followed quite tightly by AJ Bain. That number 8 has been quicker. He may be able to pass number 54. As that time by, he was 5/10 of a lap quicker. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets the 4th position. 6th is going to be the number 93 of Corey Long. He was in front of Frimpong heading into this race. Actually, I believe if he finishes where he does, he will maintain 3rd in the points. And the only other car on track is the 6 of Max Urich in 8th, multiple laps down. At the front, there's a change for the lead. Here comes the number 42 of Cole Williams to the inside of Christopher Weil. Weil's not going to have anything for that 42 right now, and the lead is going to change with 17 laps to go. Eel Media versus Schramm Poindexter Motorsports. Eel Media versus SPM. Which driver is going to get it? Which driver is going to win the championship? Again, that time by the 41. Not as quick as the 42, but he looks like he was a little bit quicker through 1 and 2. He's going to have to try to save his stuff, give something, give all of it for the last 10 laps of this one as we're coming to line. 15 laps to go for Cole Williams for him to try to win the DRL championship. Issues for the 93 in front of the leaders. He got into the wall off turn number 2, sliding down the track. He should not be a factor. AJ Bean about to make the pass on Luke Lafaro. But the battle we're worried about is the battle for the lead. Dead even lap times that last lap. But it looks like Cole Williams, once again, a little bit quicker than that 41 off turn number 4. The 41 looks quicker in 1 and 2, but that 42 has turn 4 locked down solid. Can Cole Williams maintain the lead? Can he win the championship? 14 laps are going to decide it all. See that 41 running a different line through 3 and 4, driving in much deeper than that number 42. By that time, it is going to pay off as a really good 3 and 4 for the 41, as he still has 13 laps, 14 laps to maneuver his way past the number 42 of Cole Williams. Can he do it? I'm hearing from our league owner, Benjamin White, that it could possibly, at this rate, be a tie in the points if Cole Williams wins over Christopher Weil or some way or another. So if a tie presents itself, the 41 would have more wins than the number 42 and would be your champion. So Christopher Weil trying to hold position, but of course you don't want to win in a tie. That 41 quicker through 1 and 2 that last time. There goes the 42 pulling away through the center of 3 and 4, and the 41 not being able to make up the difference. Coming to 11 laps to go in the DRL chase for the Cup. Can that number 41 make the move back on the 42? Tires really hurting at this point. They are 2 seconds slower than their best ever lap times. It all comes down to tire saving. Cole Williams has been one of the best all season at tire saving on 1.5 miles, as well as larger ovals. Can the number 42 continue to save tires, continue to be the best and the most consistent? Or will it be the number 41? Both drivers less than 2 finishes outside the top 10. Cole Williams has a single finish outside the top 5, being at Talladega. Christopher Weil not so lucky at tracks like Chicagoland, finished in 9th down the stretch. Michigan finished in 6th down the stretch. Has really cooled off after winning many races earlier in the season and allowed this 42 back into the points battle. Less than 10 laps to go here at Atlanta. Slow car of Corey Long could possibly be a factor. He is a SPM driver. Will the SPM drivers try to hold up for each other? I'd hope not. I hope they're going to treat each other with respect. I'm sure they will. Corey Long is a great racer. He knows not to get in the battle for a championship. Max Stewart going to pull down pit road to get out of the way. As again, 8 laps to go. A little bit of a blink from the 41. That should not hold him up at all, as he was quicker than the 42 that last lap. He's closing in just a little bit. Maybe a little dirty air from that 93. Oh, Cole Williams going to block the bottom. Oh, Christopher Weil up into the wall! The 41 into the wall after being blocked by the 42, and that might be the championship. That might be it for Christopher Weil, as he is now falling fast. That 41 into the outside wall. Let's go back and get a replay. This is going to be the lap before. We're going to jump into 1 and 2, and we're going to look from above. There's the 41 blinking into turn number 1, and he was quicker that last lap, and let's see what happens. That 41, an incredible run, approaching Corey Long, and oh, he tries not to get into the 42, and into the outside wall he goes. The 41, though, trying to keep composed, trying to get that second position, as there is a possibility there could be a tie in points. It is that razor thin. Cole Williams, though, as shade comes over the racetrack, should cool these tires down just a little bit. Is going to take 5 laps to go here at Atlanta. The 41 going to be down on the apron, really trying to drive that car as hard as he can, but we're going to lose more and more time. I'm hearing that number 41 did get a 2x from hitting the wall, so he's going to lose the 0x bonus, and I believe that it's going to gift this championship to the 42 of Cole Williams. Well, not gift, but he certainly earned it. There's 4 laps to go. Can the 42 make it back around? Do want to note that the 4th position has swapped hands to the 8 of AJ Bain, putting the 54 back to the 5th position. Up there is Mark Frimpong. He's still trying to catch these leaders. About a second and a half behind Christopher Weil, but 3 laps to go for the number 42 of Cole Williams. Through turns 3 and 4, that 42 going to take 2 laps to go here at Atlanta. 2 more. 3 miles to go for that number 42. Only 4 more sets of corners. Make that 3 as he cleanly makes his way through turns 1 and 2. Mark Frimpong putting up a charge, trying to get that second position. The gap is less than a second. But Cole Williams will take, out of turns 3 and 4, he will take the white flag here at Atlanta. White flags in the air. on iRacing in these Xfinity cars, they always say the driver that saves tires the best will become victorious. That 42, for him, consistency has been key. Off turn number 4, the 42 EO Media Racing Ford of Cole Williams is your DRL chase for the Cup champion. He's going to take home the checkered flag and the hardware as that number 42 is victorious in the DRL Xfinity Series. Celebratory bump from the driver in the number 41 shows the respect between the two drivers. Mark Frimpong during the 42 as well. Going to lose him that 0x bonus most likely. But Cole Williams, the most consistent driver on the circuit, had a single finish outside the top 5, and that is going to pay off with a 2021 DRL Xfinity Series champion. As Cole Williams does his burnouts, let's go over your results for today. The number 42 of Cole Williams will be your winner after a tight battle with the 41 of Christopher Weil for the championship. Mark Frimpong going to come out in third. AJ Bain up to fourth as he goes sliding into the 42. Luke LaFaro is going to finish in fifth. Corey Long sixth. Max Urich in seventh. Dylan Alt, leader for many of the laps, is going to be in eighth. Dylan Basin in ninth. Luke Peters going to round out the top 10. Only other driver to finish outside the top 10 is the 11 of Connor Brannon. And well, folks, that is going to be it. We're going to come back to you with official points in a moment. We will catch you guys in just a few moments, and we'll get the winners here into the broadcast. All right, folks, welcome back. We are happy to announce that your 2021 DRL Xfinity Series champion, Cole Williams. We're going to drag him into the booth. Cole, do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Cole, it was a heated battle at the end there between you and Chris Weil, and you, my friend, are the DRL chase for the Cup champion. How does it feel? What's going through your head?
Oh man, this is awesome, man. It was I knew it was gonna probably come down to just complete, who's gonna win the race. Because once we have like 11 people show up or whatever, that's basically what it's gonna come down to. I know Dylan Alt showed up. We knew he was gonna be tough to beat. And then obviously he just started drifting Alta Ford. So it just from when he Alta Ford, it was basically who's gonna win the race. Um, we had the one lap fresher tires, and I feel like obviously that we had to burn that up burn at least that up to get back to him. We made the pass, and then I knew he was probably going to try to cool that right front off a little bit. This thing is just a complete plow box, mainly just because the fuel fill, the setup isn't built for lower fuel fill, so it's just terrible on the right front. We had like 40% after like 40 laps. That's like almost a percent a lap. Or that's almost like 2% a lap. That's crazy. But I mean, it was just gonna be who could have the best tires and who could also figure out because he was working this like kind of diamond line. He'd enter high. He's basically ripping the middle until exit, and I was like, "What? This is V7. It should not be able to run the middle." But I don't know how he was getting that to work, but he was getting it to cut down. I just couldn't get it to turn like that, so I needed to try to use the white line to turn and use my brakes to turn my car because I mean this thing is just terrible. It's just so plow. So we were just trying to get it to turn the entire race long. At the start, basically, I was very down because I figured the qualifying was basically going to be it. We knew this was likely just going to go flag to flag. CRL with like 12 people, so obviously it usually will go flag to flag. So we knew we were going to need to tire save. Obviously, this is one of the oldest surfaces on the NASCAR circuit, so it's just going to be all about tire saving. We knew I didn't think anywhere above the tops or anywhere above the white line was going to work, but he was getting it to work. Maybe it was saving his tires. I don't know. I should have tried that out in my practice. That's on me, and also just not getting a good qualifying lap is on me. We definitely needed that. The extra bonus point, obviously, he got that. I think that we saw it's 6 points. We won. We won the splash. So obviously, it's not exactly the way you want to win it. I know I went down the block because bottom was just going to be my only saving grace. With the lap car, I was hopefully going to pin him up behind him. And I was just going to try to, take a really soft exit or soft entry, get a good exit. And then he just, is so bumpy and kind of a banked back straightaway. So when he turned back right, it just cuts right, and he hit the wall. And then basically from there, it was just not hitting the wall and just hitting all the marks and get to the end and get the championship.
Well, you said it best. It was hitting your marks and getting the championship. I think it's great to bring up now the fact that you had a single finish outside the top five in the whole entire season. So that just shows consistency wins you championships. Cole, any sponsors or drivers you'd like to thank today?
Oh yeah, I just want to thank Yosemite Racing, of course. First off, for foremost, thanks to Corey Hart, Square to me for this beautiful B card. Just got a new one made for I guess basically the ending of the season. Looks beautiful, and I was glad to drive it. Shout out to you for putting on the broadcast all season long whenever you could. Always great to watch back. Um, who else? Shout out to my dad and all my parents who are watching. Everyone that supported me throughout the season. Shout out to Christopher. Just it's a pleasure racing with him all the time. Always clean, always super good, tire saving, everything. We're always nose to tail in other leagues, and this was no different. And just being clean all season long. And like you said, yeah, just I never really. I think all the way. I think I had one finish outside the top four, and then one finish outside the top five, which was at a restrictor play track. We got caught up in the big one. So I mean, yeah, I totally agree with you there. We are just consistent all season long, trying to make the best of whatever happened to us during these races. I know Las Vegas early on, and some tracks we got some strategy to help us out. Just all season long, we were just me and Chris pushing each other to get better. Obviously, Mark with the problems at the start of the chase, but he could have been up there too. Obviously, he's showed up all the time. So yeah, it was a great battle all season long. Thanks to everyone, for coming out supporting. And yeah.
Well, Cole, I'm sure you made your family and Ale Media proud, as you, my friend, are the Xfinity Series champion. Hope we will see you back to defend your crown in season 2 of the DRL Chase for the Xfinity Cup. Thank you for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you again next season.
Thank you, man.
All right, let's pull in our second place finisher, Chris. It looked like for a while that you may have just squeaked out, came in 4 points back. What was your mentality going through that whole race?
I knew I had to bring everything and make sure to finish ahead of Cole basically no matter what. And I came out there, got the pole, led the most laps, and at the end I came up one spot short. But Cole drove the better playoff series, and he earned that. He drove phenomenal this race and did everything he needed to secure it.
Yeah, you were correct about that, but of course, 5 wins this season for that number 41 Ford Mustang, running the, of course, pink, green, and blue colors. I mean, definitely a season that you can look back on and be proud of. I'm curious, coming there with about 8 laps to go, you have a run, you're going for the lead. What's going through your head as you pull low to try to make that pass?
I mean, I was sticking with him after he passed me, and I figured maybe he burned up his tires during that run a little bit more. So I was just trying to keep running my line and get the runs that I could. But when I had the great run on him with 8 to go, he pulled low, and I went to pull to the right a little, and the car just snapped out, and I got in the wall because of that, and that was basically it. Which it's unfortunate, but that's how it goes sometimes. Uh, Cole did, a perfect job pulling low to defend that, which is the reason I got loose. So I don't know if he knew I would get loose, but if he did, that was a great 4D chess move, and if not, then he just made the right choice there. If there was an opportunity at the end, I probably would have tried to move him for it, but otherwise, I wanted to make sure to race him clean the whole race. I'm not, happy with being one spot short in second, but I'm not disappointed either.
Absolutely. It's hard to be disappointed when you absolutely show dominance throughout the most of the season and, well, get beat by a driver that, just like you, showed great consistency and really extremely good, clean racing throughout the season. So, Chris, any drivers or sponsors you want to thank?
Yeah, I want to always give a shout out to my Shram Poindexter Motorsports teammates. They're always awesome, great to talk to. They all wished me luck and encouraged me for this race, which is nice. Uh, I let them down a little bit, but I'm sure they don't mind.
Yeah, P2 in the race, P2 in the standings, definitely something SPM will not be ashamed of, as you surely put their car out front just like they please. So, Chris, thank you for joining us this season. Hopefully, we'll see you back next season to try and steal the crown away from Cole Williams.
Yep, see you then. We'll see what I can do.
That was Chris for a while, and well, how about a driver we didn't really get to talk much about today, as he was unfortunately out of the championship picture, but Mark Frimpong, a great day in that number 53 machine from 10th to 3rd. What was going through your head through most of that race?
Yeah, I just, was kind of just there to chill. I already knew that I'd lost the championship by this point, due to the first race of the playoffs. So I was just kind of here just having fun. So I didn't really do any practice or qualifying or anything. So I was just kind of plopping into the race, not really knowing what I was doing. So that's why the first few laps I lost a lot of time. But yeah, I eventually figured it out, and it went flag to flag. So I was really not going to make up that massive gap that I'd lost at the start of the race. But still had really a lot of fun today. So
Yep, that's for sure. I believe you're going to come away 4th in the championship by, I believe, a point or two. So not too shabby whatsoever. Another top 5 for you in the season. I believe it's going to be your 7th or 8th of those kind. And, well, I mean, once again, you showed great consistency. Came up just a little bit short on a lot of those victories, but next season should be a lot better for you. Any drivers or sponsors you want to thank here for today?
yeah, I'd like to thank Dog for putting on this season. It was a really fun season to be a part of. And also, I'd like to congratulate Cole for winning a championship. That was also really cool to see. And yeah, just a fun race. My favorite track's Atlanta, so I had a lot of fun today, even though I didn't really get the finish I desired. And hopefully, we'll come back next season, and maybe I'll win a race finally in DRL.
Well, you never know. That number 53, I wouldn't be surprised if we see you up front leading laps once again. And hey, maybe a little bit of a deeper championship run next season. Mark, thank you for joining us, and hopefully we will see you again soon.
Yeah, thank you for broadcasting.
All right, well, that is going to be it here for today. What a great season of DRL racing, a lot of green flag racing, a couple wrecks, and a really, really tight finish to the end, which is just what you desire. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I have been Mitch Hobbs. Benjamin White popped in earlier. Unfortunately, had some technical difficulties, so he's the guy that put on the league. So if you would like to be involved in next season, be sure to hit him up in Discord or in the DRL Discord, which should be linked in the description. So if you'd like to join, absolutely should. We're going to be running multiple series next season, I believe 2, including the second chase for the Xfinity Cup, as well as an ARCA series. I believe we're not going to be continuing the Tuesday time slot, so that is another thing that we're going to look to change. And, you know, we're going to have to see whether it's going to be on Streamline Productions or on a larger broadcast. But, well, folks, it's been a pleasure broadcasting the last 2 seasons. I've been Mitch Hobbs, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.